Hi there YouTube, Musical Aviator here, on the ground at Adelaide in South Australia. Today's day reverse Panic Stations. All these aircraft that you see here and possibly more, we're trying to exit to that runway at 8 PM, which is in 30 minutes from now. All of us at exactly the same minute. Hopefully by positioning ourselves nice and close to that entry point, we might be able to get out a little bit quicker than the others. Nevertheless, with 30 minutes to go, it's time to get on board and prepare for our departure. Usual first step, alignment set. That's propel departure. So, 242 set, position is set from the GPS, and we're from YPAD heading to Melbourne on the code route. I'll just double check. Adelaide V255 to Tail and Bend, then Y12 to RB, and to Melbourne. So your fuel weight today is 56.2. Let's check our reserves. I believe our alternate is Avalon. Should take 900 to get there, and our fixed reserve is 1.07. Contingency of 1.1. So call that 2. 2-ton reserve. Cost index is 30 as usual. Flight level 370 today. So person the ATIS on 134.5.
QNH 1027. On first contact with Adelaide, advise receipt of Alpha. Adelaide information Alpha, winds calm, runway 23 and 12, arrivals and departures, visibility cab OK, temperature 15, QNH 1027. On first contact with Adelaide, advise receipt of Alpha. Adelaide information Alpha, winds calm, runway 23 and 12, arrivals and departures, visibility cab OK, temperature 15, QNH 1027. On first contact with Adelaide, advise receipt of Alpha. Adelaide information Alpha, winds calm, runway 23 and 12, arrivals and 5, QNH 102.
Cool. So it's information Alpha, runway 23, 15 degrees, QNH 1027, that's set. Let's talk about the runway. Firstly, where we are on gate number 13, 12, 13. It is 13. Cool. Okay, number 13, and from 13 we're pushing back, nose to the left, taxi out via Bravo 1, Bravo 2 to holding point runway 27. Runway itself, runway 27, is 3,100 metres long, 45 wide, and mostly ocean off the end. Via our Tail and Bend departure, which is Tail and Bend 7, with track outbound runway heading 222, up to Copley, which we need to cross at or above 2,500, up to Sully at 5,000 or above, and then pretty much direct to Clary, crossing Barker at or above flight level 140, up to Murray, and then out to Tail and Bend. For that purpose, going to derate down to 22 and a derate 1. Flaps 5. Takeoff gravity trim is set. Delivery on 1261. "25 minutes to take off. Adelaide delivery, velocity 242, requesting clearance to Melbourne.
All stations, delivery is now back.
On back delivery, velocity 242, requesting clearance to Melbourne.
Velocity 242, good day, you're cleared to Melbourne via Tailem Bend's planned route. Maintain 8000. Tailem Bend 7 departure, runway 23. Walk 1007. Departure frequency 128.5.
Velocity 242, cleared to Melbourne via Tailem Bend 7 departure, runway 23, initial climb 8000, score code 1007, departures 128.5.
Velocity 242, amended departure frequency 124.2.
Copy that, 124.4, second 124.2, velocity 24.
Velocity 242.
124.2.
Hello, crash delivery 1696, information alpha request.
Let's just drop down for the minute. Okay then, so let's look at what we've got here. Departure runway 23, Tailem Bend 7 departure. That's fine, let's go to route page. A flight number, we'll need to chuck that in, VOZ 242. Put it there, alright. Takeoff pages. V speeds is 135 for the rotation and 145 for the safety. That's what you set. 8000. Jump in the legs page, got a double Tailem Bend there. Cool. So let's brief our departure again. We've got Copley, Solly, Morph, Carl, Clary, Barker, Murray and Tailem Bend. And that does concur. Speed restrictions 25, 5, 6 and 14. All of that works. Takeoff page is ready. Just waiting on these now. 1 minute to the alignment. A little bit early, not a problem there. Just stick on the gate.
65.
120.5 for the tower.
And on it, 625, walk 1012.
Squawk 1012, quarter 60.
Okay, score code for us was 1007.
Contact Adelaide ground for taxi clearance 121.7.
7271 Delta, see ya.
1017.
Delta requesting taxi runway 12.
Just come off that for a little while. Drop that volume slightly. There we go.
Stand up, taxi clearance number 1.
Iris alignment complete. can do a pre-start check. All good. 50, we're at 370, that is correct. Just add the forward door. Seatbelt signs can all go on. Ten minutes to push. Let's grab the APU. EGT stable. APU on the bus. APU on the bleeds. Air conditioning is on. And we can remove our ground power. Nice to see that rather nice lineup there. Is that someone coming in or going out that way? Not swapping the runways on us now, are they? We're going to have not.
Okay, Speedboat 460, vacated 23 onto Alpha 4, Foxtrot 4, request taxi.
Speedbird 42 taxi via Foxtrot 4, Foxtrot 3. Hold at runway 12 and Alpha 4, Alpha 5, Alpha 6 and Kilo Tango 3 to that.
And just confirm that was actually to hold at runway 12 via Foxtrot 4 and 3.
Speedbird 462, yeah, I'd like you to hold at runway 12 and runway 30.
Speedbird 416.
Quarter 625, request pushback and start.
125, push and start through.
Push start approved, quarter 625.
And Speedbird 460, you're holding runway 12, Foxtrot 3.
Speedbird 462, stand by.
Might jump in on the clearance 5 minutes early. I can do a full briefing. So let's do the briefing now. So safety brief, Boeing 737-300. I'm pilot flying from the left hand side. We'll be using full length of the runway at Bravo 2, which is 3,100 metres. That gives our safety speed of 100 with a D rate. At 100 knots, We can stop for any major failures up to the V1, which is 1 knot below rotation. At the rotation we are committed to the takeoff. So if we do end up rotating, we will commit to the takeoff and deal with any engine failures, fires or hydraulic issues as we get airborne. The intention is to establish a positive rate of climb, take the gear up and maintain the V2 safety speed or above, not reducing speed as we climb. Once established above 1500, we'll begin the retraction of the gear, retraction of the flaps if possible, and we're probably looking on a left-hand circuit. I'm intending to fly the VNAV and LNAV profiles, so I'll turn on the flight directors. And if we do need an air return, the weather is cav OK. So when there's no questions, we'll go ahead and get our clearance.
Quarter 625, taxi to runway 23 via
13 is
Tango
okay.
2,
We
Bravo
have
1,
information
Bravo
alpha.
2, Bravo 2, Bravo 3.
Just double check that hasn't changed. Let's grab ADIS on 134.5.
Temperature 027. On first contact with Adelaide, advise receipt of Alpha. Adelaide information, Alpha, winds calm,
Yep,
runway
still Alpha.
23 and
Adelaide ground, velocity 242, gate 13, information alpha, ready for push.
Velocity 242, push and start approved.
Push start approved, velocity 242. Okay, we're clear for the push. Let's get the ground services up.
Quarter 625, contact tower now on 120 for 5
Those
minutes.
left.
Contact tower 120.5, 165. Good day.
Adelaide ground, quarter 696, information Alpha requesting push and start.
Quarter 696, push and start approved.
Push and start approved, quarter 696.
Lima Bravo Romeo requesting push and start.
Lima Bravo Romeo, push and start approved.
Gear lock coming.
Pushing now.
Departure check completed. Bypass bib inserted. Release parking brakes.
Okay, generator is on. We're good for the push. Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start that wheel.
Okay, starting on the pushback. Fuel pumps on. Heat's on. And packs off. And being clear for the start, clear for the push. Or clear to the right, so we'll start engine at number 2. Number 2, set the ground start. Vision lights are on.
Hi, and welcome on board Virgin Australia.
And 2 is rising.
Video will show you some of the safety features of this aircraft, including information that could help you in the unlikely event of an emergency.
20%.
Even if you
Engine 2 set idle.
have a magazine to read, we really appreciate your full attention.
First, please check that all your cabin baggage is secure.
EGT rising.
away in the overhead locker or under the seat in front of you, as the aisle and exits must be completely clear and tidy.
Engine generator pumps.
Ground, Lima Bravo Romeo, proceeding to taxi to holding point 2.
Lima Bravo Romeo.
Starter switch cut out.
Please,
I'll start engine at number 1. Ground start.
Say again, ground. Say again. Bravo Romeo.
And 2 is rising.
Lima Bravo Romeo, can you please state your last position?
Sorry, you'll have to say
Into 20%, engine number 1 set idle.
Could you please repeat your last transmission?
And trim, need 5.25.
Lima Bravo Romeo, taxiing to hold.
Set.
Pin to holding point.
Lima Bravo Romeo, you clear to go to Bravo 2, level 20, 423.
Will go.
Start our cut out, number 1.
771 A24 with information alpha, but pushback.
ET stable. Parking brake set.
Jetstar 7071, pushing start approved.
And select flat 5. RTO set.
Push and start approved, Jetstar 771.
Flight control's good. Okay, APU off bleed. Generator 1 set, generator 2 set, and packs are on engine bleeds.
Lima Bravo Romeo, holding short.
APU coming
Lima
up.
Bravo Romeo, conduct tower now on 120.157.
Trim set, 5.25, flaps are set. Takeoff checks. Flaps are set, green light. And stabilizer trim is set to 5.25.
This aircraft is fitted with slide rafts, escape slides, and signalling devices located in clearly marked stowages. The cabin crew will deploy them in the unlikely event of an emergency. Please refer to the
We are ready for taxi.
for more information.
Hello, ground velocity 242 is ready for taxi.
Velocity 242, you're clear to taxi to runway 23 via Bravo 1, Bravo 2, hold short.
Bravo 1, Bravo 2, hold short, velocity 242. And velocity 242, we've got a 767, I believe it is, just on, must be Alpha 6, you see you passing in front.
Velocity 242, he's just going to hold short, but just have to give him clearance. Is he like right in front of you or?
Flight attendants haven't finished their briefing yet, so it'll probably be another 2 minutes.
No worries, velocity 242.
Set continuous.
Ground, Jetstar 771, resolve first taxi, runway 23.
7071, taxi by Tango 3 Lima, out to Bravo 2, runway 23.
Just say again that taxiway 773.
771, taxi by
Cabin
Tango
crew,
3 Lima,
arm doors, cross
Alpha
check.
6 to the Bravo 2, runway 23.
Lima Alpha 6 order point, runway 23, Jetstar 224.
And velocity 242, we'll move ahead now, Bravo.
No worries, velocity 242. Velocity 242, contact tower now, 120 for today.
120.5, velocity 242.
Melbourne Grad, Connor 696, request taxi on my 23.
120.5, set. Let's get that cabin seated. Cabin crew seats for departure. Three-minute taxi. Not quite ready yet. And reviewing that departure, the takeoff checks, we have flaps, green lights, stabilizer trim, just waiting on the cabin. Let's go transponder. Weather radar check.
Monitor radar display. Go around. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead. Wind shear ahead.
And I'm feeling a bit ready. Adelaide Tower, velocity 242, fully ready, runway 23.
Velocity 242, tower, good evening, contact departures airborne, runway 23, clear for takeoff.
Runway 23, clear for takeoff, velocity 242. Throttle armed. It's clear for takeoff, lights are on, strobes are white, taxi lights off, and engine condition on continuous. Clock's on. Runway 23. Lined up, 222. I'm ready, let's go. 50%. Thrust stable, Toga. $80 knots. 100 knots cross track.
V1 take. V2.
Positive right, gear up. Departure 124.2. Climb thrust. Adelaide departure, velocity 242 is climbing through 2,500 for 8,000.
Velocity 242, good evening, Adelaide approach to identify climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, velocity 242. 240 set. That's one. Flap up.
Lima Bravo Romeo, contact Melbourne for an hour 128 decimal 5. Bye-bye.
A little bit of hand flying. Good weather for it.
Lima Bravo Romeo, contact Melbourne for an hour 128 decimal 5. Bye-bye. 128 decimal 5.
By Adelaide. There's 10,000. Current standard set. One 1013. There's Adelaide. Cool. The Adelaide Hills. The city itself surrounded by the gardens and the little river that goes through it. Let's go autopilot Alpha in command. Our takeoff checklists. Engine bleeds are on. Packs are auto. Landing gear up and off. Flaps are up. No lights. And seatbelt signs go auto. There's a 6-minute taxi.
Roger, g'day.
Just 7:31. Good evening, Adelaide. Approach to identify climb flight level 2.
Well, I was calling it a 6-minute taxi, he's probably overselling it. Because most of that 6 minutes was sitting, waiting for our flight attendants to finish the briefing. No matter, I think our next brings to 128.5. That's preset.
Velocity 242, contact Melbourne for an hour 128.5. Bye-bye.
Instead of 128.5, velocity 242. Melbourne Centre, velocity 242 is climbing flight level 240 out of flight level 175.
Velocity 242, so they get a climb flight level 370.
Climb flight level 370, velocity 242. 370 set. As per the usual standard operating procedure at Virgin Australia, you don't make an announcement on the departure unless it's on the ground. So the next time we can talk to the passengers is at the top of the set. Let's go and take a look at our wind synopsis. Yeah, not too much happening. A little bit tailwind until we get down to, actually it's mostly tailwind the whole way, not much though. 10 knots, maximum of about 20.
Station Northern Melbourne, center frequency 649. Delta Romeo, 0, contact Adelaide approach 124, date 42. Good day.
1242 Delta Romeo,
Okay, Hindi, flight level 370. Wind will be 303 at 12. Let's go to descent forecast. Altitude, let's do 360, 290 and 220. So that's probably the biggest change, and then the rest of it's within 2 knots of that. 360, 290. There's a slight change in the wind direction at 290 and at 220. So 360, got 307 at 13. At 290.
What is 230
0305.
66 for the climb shortly.
And 220 is 352 at 10. And it stays around 10, 9, 11.
This is that very good. Charlie, Juliet, apologies, arrival information. Expect vectors for runway 35, exit. When ready, descent flight number 180.
I reckon that was the Murray River. Yep, Murray, M-U-R-R-Y. Spelled slightly differently for the 5-letter waypoint.
Qantas 2 Visa Lima. Climb 504.
And that there was the township of Murray Bridge. Hence the bridge over the Murray River. Right there and right there. And no concentrator. Go wrong. And Murray meets the Southern Ocean. Sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't quite meet. It's a little gap there. That's where the mouth of Murray is.
Just after the 71. So the good day, climb flight level 370.
370, just 771.
And we're level at level 1.
Dash point, center second.
Murray River is...
we're level at flight level 180, speedbird 6051.
And then talk.
Sugar 61, descent 10,000, Adelaide, QNH 1027, break. Other section point on center second.
And the corner 693, good day.
Corner 693, center climb, flight level 360.
360, corner 693.
Murray River is kind of the southern end of the longest river system in Australia.
Speedbird 6051.
The longest river in Australia is the Darling, and that then meets the Murray and becomes the Murray River at its southern end. Murray Darling, it's often called. It comes from Queensland, on the border of Queensland and New South Wales, and trucks all the way down, makes an confluence with the Murray at Wentworthville, and then pops on down here, making a little bit of the border between New South Wales and Victoria.
Also 87, start first available.
Obviously Victoria here and South Australia, although not in this portion. This is all South Australia. Very windy, quite slow flowing river.
Denver, velocity 243, holding flight level 180, request further clearance for descent.
Hope that 243 is going in.
243 descent,
Adelaide.
1000. Adelaide,
Yes.
QNH 1067.
It's our sister ship going the other direction.
Clear to 10,000, velocity 243.
There's our PSI up around the 8.
6051, contact Adelaide approach 124.12, clear.
Adelaide approach on 124.0, thank you very much. Speedbird 6051.
You're welcome.
Couple of things on TCAS there.
G'day, climb to ticket 9650, climbing to cover 1.
Someone's climbing up pretty quick.
Hold on 690, g'day. Climb for level 370.
Level 370, okay.
Level 271, level 1 meter. Hold on 741, decent 10,000, Adelaide, QNH 1027. And 107, 1000 and Adelaide, QNH 1.
To get up to the top of climb.
Approach 124 days 2, see ya.
To get up to the top of climb, might start talking about Melbourne.
Contacting approach 124.2, velocity 243.
Adelaide Centre, corner 696 Alpha, we see you climbing through flight level 190 for 240.
Call us 696 Alpha, expect further shortly. Took the climb shortly, sorry.
Go inland a bit here. Well, the point the coastline of Australia runs
Falcon
down.
Centre, velocity 1860 on climb through flight level 210 for flight level 240.
Off the 1860, climb level 360.
Flight level 360, velocity 1860.
Quarter 696, please assume maximum speed still advised.
Nice to be at the front of the pack. 1000 feet to go. Up the front of the pack here, there's not too much happening. Straight out clearances.
Well, Lieutenant, good evening. This 803 with you, climbing to flight level 195 to flight level 240.
Not quite at the front of the pack though, there are two aircraft ahead of us. There's a Qantas 625 and of course Lionel. And Bravo Romeo.
Next other climb is 803.
Quarter 744, Chris. Quarter 741, contact Adelaide approach 124 days, we'll see you there. 4 days in the food, and I'm see you later.
FMC speed been up up.
Charlie Juliet, Eastern 10,000, Melbourne QX 1031. Quarter 625, Star clear for that level.
Star clear 670.
Speaking of which, let's see if we can get the ATIS from here, 1180.
Quarter 625, RV sign Alpha arrival, runway 27, when ready, descent flight level 180.
Grab that.
When ready, descend flight level 180, runway 27, 625.
Quarter 625, RV sign Alpha arrival.
RB5 Alpha arrival, runway 27, quarter 625.
I can hear that my headset.
Just 800
Right.
down that level.
Just 803, Roger.
Course 625, just confirm the altitude, descent to, please.
Quarter 625, when ready, descent flight level 180.
180, please.
Melbourne Centre, good evening. Velocity 240 with you passing through flight level 200 or 240.
214, Centre, expect a further climb, so.
Expect further velocity 240.
Okay, information is Quebec. Wind is 010 at 7.
Just 803, climb level 370.
QNH 1031.
Flight level 370, just 803.
We do seem to be using runway 34 and 27, but
214, climb level 350.
temperature 17 degrees.
Climb flight level 350, velocity 240.
And cloud was 4,900 Q. That's it. 10
Quarter
hobbles.
696, Alpha, climb flight level 370.
Flight level 370, corner 696 Alpha.
Get some Melbourne charts running. And the RB, probably the Alpha. Runway 27 ILS, otherwise it'll be the visual approach. Just a sec. And there's no RB5 Victor because there's no visual approach option. If we're going to end up on runway 34, it's either the RNAV or the VOR. They're the only two options. If I was given the option, I'd probably go for the RNAV. I may get runway 27 instead. In which case it'll be the RLS. So the only RLS that we'll need to set up is runway 27. Let's set that up now. Inbound course is 109.3. Inbound course is 263. 263 set. And our minimums off the 3 degree glide path is 610 or 203. Or 610 off the barrow. And that is set 610. Missed approach is runway heading 263, climbing to 4,000 and then as direct flying 610. The RNAV if we get that. So it's RB5 Zulu in that case, RB Bunky, Renda, Gosco, Leva, so then Leverton, and MML SC, and then you join the RNAV approach runway 34. Which I believe is RNAV Zulu. Yep. So RNAV Zulu approach, you'd track in 070 to the initial approach fix, which you cross at 3000. And it's down a GPS derived glide path of 3 degrees.
Well, Bravo Romeo, stuff is available.
Which is 340 direct to the runway via Sierra Foxtrot.
Ready to
right. MDA in that case,
Well,
7.
Bravo Romeo, RB5 for part arrival, runway 34. When ready, descend 11180.
When ready to 180, runway 3, RB4 arrival. Let's go.
That's a papa.
When Bravo Romeo confirm, RB5 for par or RB4 for par arrival, runway 34.
RB5 for par or RB4 for par arrival. Lima Bravo Romeo, runway 34, and we'll descend to 180.
No, Bravo Romeo. Christian Lima, Bravo Romeo, thank you very much.
That's on the papa arrival doing. That's an option. I like that option, if we have it. I do indeed. Yeah, that's the RNAV peak. We have that.
Aussie 242, start there is available.
Aussie 242, go ahead.
Aussie 242, RB5 Alpha arrival runway 27, when ready, descent 11180.
Drop that, RB5 Alpha, arrival, runway 27. And when you're ready down to flight level 250, Aussie 242.
Aussie 242, when ready, descent 11180.
Level 180 for Velocity 242. Level 180 set, and it is the Alpha for runway 27 as we've learned.
Charlie, Juliet,
5 Alpha, runway 27, select.
Charlie, Juliet, apologies, go to approach now, 124, correction, 132, 9406.
Already got the ILS set, so let's brief the actual arrival portion. RB5 Alpha from RB, direct to Bunky, which we cross at or below 9,000 feet. From there we track down to Belinda, and no speed restriction there, that's only 116. From Belinda we track to Baker to Bobble, and that Bobble we need to be at 230 knots. From there it's Paula, and then to Epping. Crossing Epping at maximum of 185 knots. From there it's the ILS approach runway 27, which joins at Epping, crossing at 3,000 feet, or 2,500 from the RV Star is available to ATC. We need to cross at or above 2,500 at Epping, and then via the 3 degree VATPAC, crossing the outer marker at 1,670, certainly no less than 1,250. And then we have the barrow minimum set to 610. Then land on runway 27, which is 2,286 metres long.
Good evening, call 653 is passing through 160.
Happy derived touchdown zone. It's about halfway between Papa and Alpha taxi.
Call 653, but g'day, climb level 320.
We're using auto brake 2.
320.
And probably vacating on Mike right at the end.
Good evening.
For the miles top of the set, we have implemented a level 180, which is set. So we'll chat. Let's wait until the actual top of the set. Just clear out some of the charts that we don't need, including the runway 34 RNAVs.
Melbourne Centre, corner 693, requesting arrival information.
Call 693, stand by. Call 693, stand by.
693, first radio copy.
Call 693, green and 5 Alpha, arrival runway 23, when ready, flight level 180.
3 and 5 Alpha, arrival, runway 23, when ready, and flight level 180, corner 693.
I'll talk about the taxi. Once we get down, it'll be probably Mike onto Echo, up to the runway 1634, which does sound like it's active, so probably need clearance to cross. Once across Echo, we'll be down on Alpha, southbound, and then swapping charts over to the apron chart. In on uniform, Pier Echo to one of the odd numbered gates, probably number 5. Possibly 3. to the descent checklist. Descent checklist, pressurization, land altitude is 450. Recall. Checked, clear. Auto brake set 3, that's 2. Landing guide for the VRAF.
November Bravo Romeo, descent flight level 140.
140, I might have to do an orbit, but we'll try and get to 140.
Cross weight at arrival 59.9.
11 Bravo Romeo 4, descent flight level 1, question descent 10,000, Melbourne 2NH 1031. And you won't be required to be at flight level 140 for a good 70 miles at this stage. So
Okay, flat 40 is 135 knots, our approach speed at 140.
Continue on to the
quarter 625, descent flight level 140.
140, quarter 625.
Pretty flat out here, Western Victoria.
Quarter 353.
So the nearest airport is Horsham down there. Ararat, Ballarat. Bendigo. Can't see that code. Is it YDOD or YOOD? YDOO? Can't tell. An angle up there.
Close 696, start current available.
96 ready, copy.
Close 696, RV5 Alpha arrival runway 27, when ready, 51180.
RV5 Alpha, runway 27, when ready, 51180.
Donald, DOD. Let's jump on the horn. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck, and joining me on the flight deck this morning is YouTube. Now we're flying, well, just beginning our descent now into Melbourne, and we do expect to arrive there in about 20 minutes. As we begin our descent, we're just flying overhead the township of Donald in Victoria on the Sunraysia Highway. From here we'll be tracking down towards Ballarat. And then making a slight right-hand turn into the airport at Tullamarine. Just before we do arrive at the airport, we'll be making a left-hand turn, tracking out towards the shopping centre at Epping, and then inbound by the north-western suburbs overhead Thomastown and Broadmeadows. Once there, we'll be landing on runway 27 and should be arriving at the gate some 5 minutes later. Hope you've enjoyed the flight with us today on Virgin Australia and enjoyed the service. As you are beginning to prepare for the arrival, I'd ask that you return to your seats in preparation for having seatbelt signs on. Cabin crew will be passing through the cabin just to prepare the aircraft for the arrival, and I'll get back to them in a little while to ensure that they have completed their routes. Once again, thanks for flying with Virgin Australia. Have a very pleasant stay in Melbourne, where the temperature currently is 14 degrees and low overnight expected of 7. Thank you, and have a very enjoyable stay in Melbourne and a safe journey.
Leave Bravo Romeo 180 requesting north.
11 Bravo Romeo, you will speed down to about 1,000.
107.
Next frequency is the approach 1320.
Melbourne Center corner 693 is the left, flight level 360.
Hold on 693, center. Velocity 1860, center, start going to line.
And so again, that's the velocity 1860, we're en route Kalgoorlie.
Velocity 1850, that's the resident judge.
1860.
It's information Romeo now. QNH 1031.
Lima Bravo Romeo, calling Melbourne approach 132, back to 0 clear.
132.0.
One 1031 set. Menu that change there.
Velocity 242, descend 10,000, QNH 1031.
Down at 10,000, QNH 1031, velocity 242.
Call of 625, public Melbourne approach
10,000 set.
0.
132.0, 65.
1031 on the standby, still on standard.
Call 663, welcome back. Bridge 2892, congratulations on winning reverse Panic Stations. Climb flight level 410.
On flight level 410, try it on.
Just 803, start going to that.
SID 03, ready, copy.
Just 803, RV5 Alpha arrival, runway 27, when ready, descend flight level 180.
RV5 Alpha arrival, runway 27, and 180 when ready, so
Jetstar 771 and Qantas 696 in turn. Cancel all speed restrictions above and below 10,000. Cancel speed restrictions above and below 10,000. Jetstar
is 18. Seatbelt signs on. Cabin crew prepare the aircraft for arrival.
Qantas 696 descend flight level 140.
Descend flight level 140.
Get that logo on, and at 10,000 we'll put the rest of the lights on.
Qantas 696 Alpha descend flight level 140.
Okay, the rest of that descent checklist was landing data. That VREF has been set, and approach speed will be 140. Approach briefing has been completed. Just waiting on the approach at 10,000.
Melbourne Centre velocity 60.
Velocity 1867.
We'd like to go to flight level 380 if it's available, please.
What was the agency? No worries. 5 minutes, flight level 380.
Many thanks. Flight level 380, velocity 1860.
Very welcome.
Representative, good evening. Qantas 583 with flight level 340.
What was 583?
Lieutenant Qantas 693 request to travel to sea.
Qantas 693 descend 10,000. Adelaide, QNH 1027.
Descend 10,000, Adelaide QNH 1027, Qantas 693.
Altitude 242, contact Melbourne approach 132, see ya.
132.0, velocity 242.
Nice. Maybe you're wondering why I am back on the ground. Yes, I had an error in the middle of flight, so I need to get back on the ground. My dear one.
Melbourne approach, velocity 242, descending 10,000 at flight level 115, information Romeo.
Well, C2 evading Melbourne approach descent 5 tower, runway
5,000, runway 27, velocity 242. 5,000 set. And I'll set cabin. Cabin crew seats for the arrival.
Eddie had 125, just credit level tower was 205.
There's our barometer from the set 1031.
120.5, Etihad 125.
Approach checklist, altimeter set 1031, approach checklist complete. And lights coming on. Port Phillip Bay directly ahead.
G'day, just off 731, with you, flight level 123 on the set 10,000. Yes, 771, great to have you. Continue descent to 9,000. Very feeble over 3,000. Thank you very much for the welcome in. Descend to maintain 9,000. And that's just speed below 10,000, just 9, correction 731. When run for a minute, visual approach runway 34, report visual.
The report is and down 124.5.
I'm approaching, good evening, Qantas 692, flight level 1.
Stability greater than 1.
Perfect, current contingency descent to 9.
Q4, now 900. Temperature 103, QNH 1031. On first contact with
625, we are approach runway 27.
Number, terminal information, Romeo, runway.
Is it Romeo?
Zero Island approach, is there and report to Terminal 625.
Pop the brakes a little. There's not a cloud in sight.
Runway approach, good evening, climb 696 Alpha with you, flight level 180.
On a 696 Alpha, continue descent to 9000, runway 272 and H1031.
109000, runway 34, climb 696 Alpha.
Back into the profile. And the brakes.
Runway 65, established 27.
Where's the drop?
Connect 625, connect 120, decimal 5, Lima Bravo Romeo, connect to tower 120, decimal 5, do not pass through runway 27 to the line if possible, please. Velocity 242, continue descent to 3000.
Yeah, 3000, velocity 242. 3000 set.
Approach 771, 71, velocity 771, continue descent to 5000.
5771.
Corner 9696, descent to 5.
At 5,000, thank you.
Over approach, good day, HHS Greenspec on climb off runway 34 Melbourne, 5,000.
Hotel Quebec, your identified climb flight level 240.
Thanks very much for identifiable climb flight level 240. That's not correct yet.
That's message, Jack required.
96 Alpha, continue descent to 5000.
10,500, climb 696 Alpha.
Hotel Quebec, cancel star 10 west heading 250.
Thank you, Ken. I was the rest of 250.
That one. That one set.
Corner 696, continue descent to 3000.
And it's 3,000.
Melbourne approach, good evening, it's 8063 with you, sending through flight level 147 for flight level 100.
Yes, 803, continue descent to 9000, Melbourne Terminal 1031.
79000, Terminal 1031, yes, over.
1,000 to go. And Zeppelin Shopping Centre, straight ahead. And the city a bit further on. Flat 5. Speed check flat 5.
Velocity 242. Cleared Island approach runway 27, report to South-ish.
Cleared Island approach runway 27 and we'll go velocity 242.
Honor 696 Alpha, continue descent 3000.
Down 3000, 616 Alpha.
Approach right selected, 3,000 feet
Yes,
on the glide path.
continue descent 5000.
And we have all locked.
5,000, sorry,
2,500.
2,500, copy, get out. Three green, flat 15. 15 speed check, 155. Velocity 242, established runway 27. Ring road.
There, complete.
Velocity 242, established runway 27.
Velocity 242, high to town 120.5.
120.5, velocity 242. Let's go flap 25.
Hotel Quebec, Quebec, resume own navigation, track direct, never smoke.
120.5 set.
125,
Flap 25, speed.
2612.
Flap 40.
At 125.
Landing checklist.
Yeah, what's the-
Engine start switches need to be continuous. They are now. Speed brake armed. Landing gear down 3 green. Flaps 40. Landing checklist complete.
Call 625, quick confirmation, 3-4, Kilo Echo today.
Aeroplane.
Cross runway 34, okay, my bag, quarter 62.
Moment tower velocity 242, established 27.
Velocity 222 today with 350 degrees, 1 turn right, runway 27,
Runway 27 cleared to land, velocity 242. There's Broad Meadows just off to the left. It's coming over West Meadows now. Mickleham Road. That road right there is Mickleham Road. Right over it now. And there's Gellibrand Hill, where a radar dish happens to be placed, and the Bandicoot area.
Melbourne Tower,
Where all the trees are.
request, push and start.
A
Little high, little fast. Back on.
Push and start approved, at 125, thank you, sir.
And
2 whites, 2 greens.
Please form standby on the ground.
So that's 2 reds, I think. Back on path.
Sorry for that one.
Going visual. Landing.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Crosswind right there at touchdown. There we go on the rapid.
Quarter 625, quarter 10 on the ground, please.
Ups up.
Melbourne Tower,
sorry,
taxi.
Tango 125, taxi, Kilo Hollywood, runway 34 via Tango Alpha.
Roger, Tango Alpha to Hollywood, Kilo runway 34, and get 125.
Oh, good. Completely black. So those texters have come back. Oh, there we go. Got a settle line now. Melbourne Tower, velocity 242 has vacated November.
Velocity 242, you can taxi to bay via Echo Alpha Tango.
Aircraft Tango to the bay, velocity 242. Tango? We don't need Tango. Echo Alpha's fine, Echo Alpha uniform. Transponder coming up. Flight director. Captain's clock. Rest of that looks to be okay.
Melbourne Tower, good day, 696 with you on runway 27.
696 today with 352 degrees, consider not runway 27 headland.
Headland 27, 696.
Velocity 242, my fault on the taxi, that's Echo Alpha today.
Aircraft to the bay, velocity 242, approaching runway 34 to cross.
242, clear for runway 34.
Clear the crossway for velocity 242.
Melbourne Tower, and get 125.
Yeah, 125, go ahead.
Yes, I just want the plane blocking the Tango taxiway, get 125.
There's Alpha.
If you had 125, no aircraft on Tango at the moment. However, I've been popping on you in taxi by Quebec, Echo and Alpha to Kilo.
Okay, so just to be clear, there is no lane block taxiway at 125.
Yeah, 125 affirmative.
Okay, thank you. At 125.
Okay, we're coming up on Echo 3. Lines are on uniform. APU is ready. No one in there. Cool. So on Echo 3 I see the stand. Once we get in on Echo 3 we can just hop over to 1 and grab ourselves a boost juice.
Station crew, taking call sign.
There's 5.
Call from 111, g'day, stand by, Mr. 112.
Adelaide Tower, with you established, runway 3 course, 696 up.
Go to 696 Alpha with 352 degrees, 1 turn up runway 312, Radelaide.
Two greats. And this coming up on the stop bar. A little further. And there it is. Parking brake set, APU on the bus, APU on the bleed, and we'll shut down engine number 2, number 1, let's get some of these things off. Yeah, they're good.
Cruise 696, push short runway 34.
Also 34, 696.
Let's down seatbelt signs, disarm doors. Cabin crew, disarm doors, cross check. Now 17 on the clock. Ready to go. Doors open.
Bye, thank you for a wonderful flight. Thank you. You did a great job. Thank you for a wonderful flight.
And to the securing checklist. Shut down, fuel pumps are off, apart from the APU one. Probe heats are off. Hydraulics are off, flaps are up, parking brake is set, engine start levers are cut off, and the weather radar is off. Shutdown check complete and securing IRS is off. The exit lights can eventually go off and the rest of that's fine. When the heat is off and packs just on for the moment until we get the passengers off. Well, this is a Municipal Aviator, having flown from Adelaide to Melbourne. Nice little variation on Australian domestic routes, rather than just simple Melbourne to Sydney. Some pretty good scenery on both ends of that. You'll see the links to the scenery below in the description. Just open it up. Should be fairly high on the profile. And probably the one that you don't see often is the one at Adelaide, which is pretty good quality actually, all things considered. And of course the usual Melbourne from Orbix, with its extreme texture problems that tend to be apparent at landing, as you saw there. They do eventually resolve on my system, but it would be nice if they just were right at touchdown. Nevertheless, I enjoyed that. Hope you did too. This is Musical Aviator signing off. Catch you next time.